Something that is under investigation. Sorry to pivot to a very tough story here. But more information came out over the weekend about a St. Johns County sergeant who died after a struggle with a suspect. This is so sad, man. And I know the St. Johns County Sheriff's Office is really, really hurting over this. And a sergeant from the St. Johns County Sheriff's Office, identified as Michael Kunovich, tragically passed away on Friday night after an altercation with a suspect who resisted arrest. The incident began with Sergeant Kunovich approached a man sitting in the dark outside a closed business along State Road 16. Asked the man why he was there. The man had tentatively been identified as 18-year-old Virgilio Aguilar Mendez, possibly an illegal immigrant to the country. They're checking on his immigration status now with Homeland Security. Sergeant Kunovich attempted to perform a pat-down on Mendez to check for weapons, but Mendez resisted and attempted to escape. Additional deputies arrived on the scene to help, but Mendez continued to resist, they say. During the struggle on the ground, Mendez attempted to grab Sergeant Kunovich's taser, they say, and violently resisted for approximately 6 minutes and 19 seconds. Once Mendez was finally handcuffed, and maybe this is why he didn't want that weapon search, he armed himself with a knife. Pulled a knife out of his pocket while he's handcuffed, so he's still a danger, even in handcuffs at this point.
Oh, my God.
That was forcefully removed by deputies, but shortly after the knife was taken, Sergeant Kunovich collapsed. It's still kind of unclear what that was from. If he was able to get the knife, I don't know. I don't have that information, so I'm not going to speculate. But St. Johns County Fire Rescue and Flagler Health Plus personnel initiated immediate and intense life-saving measures, they say. But unfortunately, Sergeant Kunovich was pronounced dead shortly after being transported to Flagler Hospital. And I know his brothers and his sisters out there on the force were very, very worried about him. I know he got a police escort to the hospital. I mean, I just had so many calls. What is going on with this ambulance headed to the hospital? They've got a huge police escort, and this is what I feared was going on with that. When the police are escorting the ambulance to the hospital, it would usually mean it's one of their people. Yeah, man.
Yeah, the band of brothers. Strong.
Yep. Mendez has been charged with resisting arrest and resisting arrest with violence and felony murder. He's currently held in the St. Johns County Jail on a bond of $50,000. Again, Homeland Security Investigations is assisting in verifying his identification and immigration status. Sergeant Kunovich had served in the St. Johns County Sheriff's Office for over 25 years, veteran of the force. Funeral arrangements will be announced in due course, they say. Sheriff Rob Hardwick, of course, expressed his condolences and gratitude for the efforts to save Sergeant Kunovich's life. He requested that the community respect the privacy of the sergeant's family and the members of the sheriff's office during this period of mourning. And I know it's got to be very, very tough for everybody at the sheriff's office. This was a well-loved guy, a guy that knew everybody out there, been out there for 25 years.
At the end of his career, 25 years is usually, law enforcement at the end of his career, and it's just it's so sad. And there's a lot of questions, and I know people are going to ask a lot of questions.
Yeah.
But let it get through the process.
Yeah.
That way we'll get the details a little more accurate, and we don't offend anybody's family.
Yeah. Yep. Absolutely, man. You want to make sure if you're putting information out there that it is the right stuff. I mean, even here on this program, sometimes when you try and put the pieces together, what looks like the full picture to the puzzle, it turns out to be a little different once the investigation, once everything comes out and everything comes to light, man. So we try to stick to the facts.
We have the same exact questions in our head right now that you're having at home.
Yeah, absolutely.
But we have to be respectful of the family and the investigation, and as soon as we get those details, we'll let you know.
Yep. Absolutely, man. But our hearts really go out to the sheriff's office and the sergeant's family, for sure. I know this is devastating for everybody.